Old Bones, written by Dermott Hayes. Interior, old church, basement, day. Two men excavating the basement of an old church with picks, shovels, and sledgehammers break a hole through a wall into a secret chamber.
That's it. We're through.
Woohoo! Yeah, boy, yeah!
Gee, Seamus, that's enough. Let the dust settle. Where have we always landed with these jobs? This place gives me the creeps.
Sweet Jesus.
John hunkers down by his brother and stares past him. Through the hole in the wall, into the space beyond. John, tall and brawny, weather-beaten, is the older of the two. Seamus, 25, is 5 years younger and physically a carbon copy of his brother. There, the similarity ends. John, 30, is short-haired, dark and swarthy, with a prematurely graying temples. Seamus is wild, red, dreadlocked hair, tattoos, and wears headphones like they grew on him.
Holy Jesus.
John, what do we do?
We'll have to tell Costello.
What'll I tell him?
Tell him nothing. Tell him we have a problem. Don't make a big deal out of it, but make sure he comes down and say nothing to anyone else.
Seamus goes upstairs. In the background, John leans against a side wall and slides to the ground and puts his head into his hands.
Fuck.
Exterior church ruin, day. Costello's a small, stocky man, dressed in a dusty, ill-fitting suit, tucked into sturdy but worn work boots. He's busy barking orders, pointing, waving his arms about, mobile phone in one hand. The site is the shell of an old church, half demolished. Seamus stands near him, waiting.
Seamus, isn't it? You're John's brother. What do you need?
Yeah.
Jesus, what is it you want? I'm busy here.
John wants you below.
What? Can he come up to me? What's he want?
There's a problem.
Seamus steps back, head down, puts his headphones on. Costello strides past him and walks down the stairs. Interior, basement, later. Costello enters the basement, the same age as John. They've known each other ever since childhood and come from the same tiny village in the west of Ireland.
John? John?
He looks from the crouching John to the hole in the old wall, stoops and looks inside.
Bollocks.
He steps back, rubbing the back of his neck. Seamus and John look at him, waiting. Costello gets up, looks at them.
Bollocks.
You said that already. What are you gonna do?
We'll have to clear it out.
You have to report it. It's the fucking law.
Fuck the law, John. If we report this, then we're all out of a job. You remember the last site?
Fuck that. We'll be in worse trouble if we don't report it.
In the background, as they speak, Seamus is dancing, listening to music.
All right. Look I'll phone the gaffer. I'm not making this call on my own, all right?
Waves his hand around the basement, then wags his finger at the two brothers.
Don't let anyone down here and keep your mouth shut.
They're bound to get suspicious. Someone will want to know why we've stopped.
Jeez, John, give me a break. For fuck's sakes, I'm trying to sort it. Just give me a few minutes.
Interior, basement, later. John sinks to the ground, near his brother, now sitting. Seamus takes his headphones off.
Don't be stirring it, John, will you?
Don't you start. I'm not stirring anything. I'm just saying, if you act in haste, you'll regret at your leisure.
What's the story about you and Costello?
We were in school together before your time. We have a lot to thank for him, and he'll waste no chance to remind me.
Costello returns. John stands. Seamus remains seated.
We have to clear it.
Suppose this is an important find. What do you know about this place?
I know nothing and I care less. Don't be growing a conscience on me now.
Look, it's easy to say clear it out, but there's other people on this site. If we don't report it, someone else will.
No, we'll close the site for a couple days. Gas leak, that's what we'll say.
Seamus, who's been listening to their conversation, stands and shakes out his mane of dreadlocks.
Gas leak? Are you joking?
No one's gonna believe that.
They're interrupted by someone shouting downstairs.
John, is Costello down there? There's a lorry just arrived with timber and scaffolding. Says he's to deliver it here, but he wants us to unload it.
Fuck me, when it rains it pours. Tell him to hang on, I'll be there in a minute.
He's going spare. He's blocking the lane. We could do with a bit of help if you're doing nothing.
I'm coming. See if you can cover that hole. I'll get rid of this fella and get rid of the rest of them.
So we're off as well then.
No, stay around. You'll have to help me clear this shite, I have no one else. Go down to the pub, order a sandwich, I'll be here with you in a minute.
We have something to do first. We'll catch you there later.
Costello walks off to climb the stairs and deal with the delivery, lay off the crew. Interior basement, day later. Seamus, headphones on, and John patch up the hole. Take a last look around, grab their coats and leave. Interior post office, day later. John takes some money transfer form, pulls a crumpled page of scribbled notepaper from his pocket, straightens it with the back of his hand, then transcribes the information from the note into the form. In the to section, he scribbles a woman's name and a West Ireland address. Company Clare. That done, he joins the line for the teller, the form and a wedge of cash in his hand. Exterior post office, later. Seamus waits for his brother, John. He's listening and dancing to music from his earphones and whistling at pretty girls as they pass by. John emerges from the post office.
Did you send it?
I did?
Well,
He waits for his brother to answer him. John carries on, then stops, looks back.
What?
did she get it?
Sure, how would I know? I've only sent it. She'll get it all right. I told her it would be there today. She just has to collect it.
Oh, I hope you're right. What'll we do if the job shuts down?
It hasn't shut down yet. Come on, Costello will be waiting.
Interior old pub, day later. John enters the bar first, followed by Seamus, earphones. He indicates with a sign for a couple of pints. Neither speaks. John surveys the bar. Seamus listens to music. The pints arrive.
I don't like it.
He picks up his pint and takes a long drag. Seamus watches him. He takes off his headphones and puts them on the bar.
It'll be worse if we're out of work, John. I don't know about you, but I'm sick to me teeth of tramping the world, living out of duffels in dirty hoffles.
I don't fucking like it.
And there's Mam to think about.
Costello comes in. Seamus doesn't finish. Costello is all heel ball, all hail fellow, well met, asking questions without waiting for answers.
There you are. Sorry, I kept you waiting. Did you order me a pint? Give me a pint of stout. Are you waiting for another, boys? I can only stay for the one.
John ignores him. Seamus, anxious to keep the peace, answers.
No, we're grand. We're only in the door ourselves. We're just chatting.
Costello, ignoring Seamus, looks around.
That's fine. So, will we sit down?
Costello continues to talk, filling the gaps in the silence. He marches off to a table. Seamus follows, then John, reluctantly.
The measure of a good pub is in the quality of their soup. That was my father's contention anyway, and he'd walk a country mile through a blizzard for a good bowl of soup and a hail of fresh bread.
John and Seamus grab stools and sit down at the table. John glares at Costello.
Cut the bullshit, will you? You're like a fucking crab. You have to come at everything sideways.
Easy now, John. I'm not happy about this either.
Things are heating up fast. Seamus speaks up, trying to calm things down.
Lads, simmer down.
There's a silence as the waitress arrives to take their food order.
What's the soup?
Tomato and with pepper.
What?
Tomato and red pepper.
Right, I'll have that with a hail of brown bread if you have it. You want anything?
They don't answer. Costello senses their anger. Seamus eyes up the waiter as he walks away.
There's plenty of people like him out there ready to grab any jobs that are going.
Is that a threat?
We have to move the bones out of the site. Any delay could destroy us.
What do you mean we? We don't want anything to do with this.
John, I won't see you wrong. You'll be well paid for it.
We didn't sign up to move bones from a church illegally.
We're subcontractors, for fuck's sakes. Finding bones or a Viking shitpot means an archaeological survey has to be done. It takes time and money more than we can afford. Do you get it now?
You've lost your souls, that's what I get.
Sure, they deserve a burial, but we shouldn't have to pay for it. If we take them out tonight, no one will be the wiser, and it won't cost us, and you'll keep your jobs.
He has a point, John.
John reels back. He stares at his brother like he just stabbed him in the back.
Not you as well. I don't believe we're even having this conversation.
It's a dog-eat-dog world, John.
John stares at his brother, picks up his glass and drains it, then slaps the glass on the table.
How will we do this?
Costello smiles and calls for 3 more pints.